Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I'm Tanvi Taneja with the Midday News. The headlines. In Karnataka, 21 Congress ministers tender resignations. Small Industries Minister and lone Independent MLA H Nagesh also resigns, lends support to BJP. Congress raises Karnataka political issue in Lok Sabha. Defence Minister and BJP leader Rajnath Singh says the party has nothing to do with the developments in the JDS-Congress coalition. Supreme Court to depute CBI and Delhi Police officials to curb corruption in its registry. Apex Court agrees to hear plea challenging Bombay High Court's decision to uphold law providing reservation to the Maratha community. Parts of Gujarat, Mumbai and its suburbs receive heavy rain, normal life affected. And semi-final clashes of ICC Cricket World Cup begin tomorrow. India to play New Zealand in Manchester. In a further jolt to the coalition government in Karnataka, the lone independent MLA H Nagesh has resigned as Small Industries Minister and extended support to BJP. The Congress JDS government in the state is on a shaky wicket with 9 Congress and 3 JDS MLAs submitting their resignation letters to the Speaker's office. Meanwhile, senior Congress leaders held a meeting in Bengaluru and decided to seek the resignation of all their ministers in the cabinet to accommodate the rebels. Speaking to media persons, Congress leader Siddaramaiah accused the BJP of destabilizing the government. He said rebels are being pacified and will be asked to come back with a promise of cabinet berth. Saying that cabinet reshuffle will be done soon, he informed that all the 21 Congress ministers have already tendered their resignations. He appealed to the rebels to not shift sides and continue to be in the party. More from our correspondent.
The strength of the present government has come down to around 105 as Speaker is yet to look into the resignation letters submitted to him. Speaking to media persons in Bengaluru, BJP leader R. Ashok has said CM should resign or the governor should initiate steps towards that direction. Tomorrow is crucial as it has to be seen whether rebels will return and meet the Speaker. Sudhindra, AIR News, Bengaluru.
Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has rejected the Congress's allegation that the BJP is behind the conspiracy in Karnataka political crisis. Making a statement in the Lok Sabha, Mr. Singh said the BJP has nothing to do with the political developments taking place in the JDS-Congress coalition government.
Whatever is happening in Karnataka at present, our party has nothing to do with it. It is the history of our party that we never tried to build pressure or bribe the MPs or MLAs of other political parties to switch their sides.
Mr. Singh claimed it is the history of the BJP that it never involves in any kind of horse trading. The minister said BJP is fully committed to adhere to the democratic norms. Earlier, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary of Congress raised the issue and accused the BJP of hatching a conspiracy to destabilize the Karnataka government. He accused the BJP of trying to poach Congress and JDS MLAs by facilitating them to move to other places. Mr. Chaudhary hit out at the central government, alleging that the government is crushing democracy in the state. After Rajnath Singh's reply over the issue, the House witnessed noisy scenes with Congress members shouting slogans. Earlier, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi, talking to reporters outside Parliament, said the Congress has become leaderless and accused its leader Siddaramaiah of hatching a conspiracy to oust H.D. Devagowda and his family in the state.
We have no say or we have nothing to say about that crisis because it is their internal matter. We have nothing to do with that basically. But if the government collapses on its own, BJP will think of alternative government.
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar today took oath as Rajya Sabha member. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu administered the oath to Dr. Jaishankar. He has been elected to the upper house from Gujarat. Trinamool Congress MPs today protested in front of Mahatma Gandhi's statue in the Parliament premises over disinvestment in public sector undertakings, PSUs. Holding posters, they raised slogans against the move and demanded revival of PSUs in the country. The Supreme Court has decided to depute senior CBI and Delhi Police officials to curb corrupt practices in its registry. An official speaking on the condition of anonymity said Chief Justice of India Ranjan Gogoi, in his administrative capacity as head of the judiciary, has taken note of the allegations of listing of cases out of turn before various benches of the apex court. These police officers will be appointed on deputation to keep a check on suspect listing of cases and other activities of employees and lawyers. Recently, 2 members of the court staff were dismissed by the Chief Justice on the allegation of changing an order in a case related to an industrialist. The apex court has also appointed a one-man inquiry panel after a lawyer made the allegation that middlemen were active in getting cases listed. The panel is headed by former Supreme Court Judge Justice A.K. Patnaik. The Supreme Court agreed to hear a plea challenging the Bombay High Court's decision to uphold the law by which the Maratha community would get reservation in admissions and government jobs in Maharashtra. A bench comprising Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi and Justices Deepak Gupta and Aniruddha Bose took note of the plea that the issue of Maratha quota needed an urgent hearing. It decided to fix the petition for deliberations on the 12th of July. The plea said the Socially and Educationally Backward Classes Act, which provided a 12% quota in education and 13% in jobs to the Maratha community, breached the 50% ceiling on reservation fixed by the apex court in its landmark judgment in the Indira Sahani case, also known as the Mandal verdict. The Maharashtra government had also filed a caveat in the top court, anticipating challenge to the verdict passed by the High Court. It said no ex parte order should be passed on any plea challenging the June 27th judgment of the High Court without hearing the state. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Foreign Minister of United Arab Emirates Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan will hold bilateral talks with External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar in New Delhi this evening. The visiting dignitary will also call on Prime Minister Narendra Modi tomorrow. The visit is aimed at not only strengthening the comprehensive strategic partnership, but also to explore new areas of cooperation between the two countries. India and the UAE enjoy warm, close and multifaceted relationship underpinned by historic, cultural, religious and economic linkages. The UAE is India's third largest trade partner and fourth largest energy supplier. The UAE is also home to 3.3 million strong Indian community, the largest in the Gulf region. The UAE Foreign Minister arrived in New Delhi last night on a 3-day visit to India. Heavy rains lashed most parts of South Gujarat during the last 24 hours. According to an official release, southernmost taluka, Umargam, received over 9 inches rain today. Waterlogging has been reported in many parts of Valsad district, creating a flood-like situation. Industrial town Vapi, Kaprada and Khergam in neighbouring Navsari district received over 4 inches of rain. Due to heavy rain in upstream areas, the river Damanganga continues to be on spate for the second day today. Gates of Madhuban Dam have been opened for release of surplus water to downstream areas. Some parts of Mumbai and its suburbs have been receiving heavy rainfall since this morning. Commuters faced problems as road and rail traffic was affected due to waterlogging in various low-lying areas. Very heavy rain was witnessed at Dadar, Sion, Vikhroli, Andheri, Goregaon and Meera Road. Trains on the Western Line are running delayed, whereas trains on Central and Harbour Line are running late by 20 to 25 minutes. Operations at the Mumbai airport were suspended briefly in the morning. Meanwhile, part of a 2-story house collapsed in Govandi area, injuring 8 people. The injured, who were admitted to a hospital, were later discharged after treatment. In Uttar Pradesh, 29 people were killed and 24 injured in a road accident on Yamuna Expressway in Agra this morning. The mishap occurred during wee hours when a UP Roadways bus skidded off the road and fell into a nala. The injured have been admitted to various hospitals. 6 injured passengers are in a serious condition. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has condoled the loss of lives in the bus accident. In Jammu and Kashmir, one civilian was injured when Pakistani troops violated ceasefire in Nowshera sector of Rajouri district of Jammu division this morning. The injured civilian has been shifted to Sub-District Hospital Nowshera for treatment. His condition is said to be stable. According to army sources, Pakistani troops started indiscriminate firing on Indian forward posts and civilian areas in the sector at around 6 a.m. Alert Indian troops retaliated effectively and the exchange of fire continued for about an hour. The ongoing Amarnath Yatra was suspended for a day today from Jammu in view of a shutdown call given by separatists in the Kashmir Valley. Official sources said no fresh batch of pilgrims was allowed from Bhagwati Nagar Yatri Niwas base camp in Jammu as a precautionary measure. The centre has assured of all possible help and cooperation to the Assam government in its fight against Japanese encephalitis. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan spoke to State Health Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma on the phone in this regard. Dr. Sharma said the state government is taking all possible measures to tackle encephalitis cases. More from our correspondent.
Assam government has already cancelled all leaves of doctors, paramedical staff and surveillance workers till 30th of September in order to deal with the outbreak of encephalitis. All medical colleges and district hospitals have sufficient diagnostic facilities with ELISA readers and kits. Nearly 13 lakh blood slides have been collected by the health workers. The minister said treatment in government hospitals for Japanese encephalitis have been made free, and in case patients go to the private hospitals and admitted in ICU, government would pay 1 lakh rupees to the patient. Manas Pradeep Sharma, AR News, Guwahati.
And now news from the ICC Cricket World Cup.
In the ICC Cricket World Cup, after 45 matches, top 4 teams are all set to gear up for the 2 exciting semi-finals. India will take on New Zealand in the first semi-final at Old Trafford in Manchester tomorrow, while Australia will lock horns with England in the second semi-final at Edgbaston in Birmingham on Thursday. The final match will be played at the Lords in London on Sunday. India and New Zealand have not faced each other in the competition so far. Their group game was washed out in Birmingham without a ball being bowled. Australia and New Zealand have played most number of semi-finals. While Australia have not lost in the semis in all the 7 games, the Kiwis have qualified for the final just once in 7 attempts. Anuja Bhardwajan, Sports Desk.
The benchmark domestic stocks today plunged more than 1.5% in afternoon trade. The Sensex and the Nifty both tumbled for the second session in a row amid heavy sell-off in global equities. The Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange declined 669 points to trade below the 39,000 mark at 38,844 a short while ago. The Nifty at the National Stock Exchange also fell 213 points to trade at 11,598. The rupee at the Forex market also weakened 30 paise to 68 rupees and 72 paise against the US dollar in afternoon deals. The News Services Division of All India Radio, in its weekly bilingual live phone-in program, Public Speak, will bring you a discussion tonight on Jan Akankshaon Ka Budget, Aam Budget 2019-20. This can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. Listeners can ask questions to the experts sitting in our studio on toll-free telephone number 1800-115767. You can also ask questions on telephone number 011-2331-4444 and post queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by hashtag AskAIR. This program is also available on Doordarshan DTH. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. In Karnataka, 21 Congress ministers tender resignations. Small Industries Minister and lone Independent MLA H Nagesh also resigns, lends support to BJP. Congress raises Karnataka political issue in Lok Sabha. Defence Minister and BJP leader Rajnath Singh says the party has nothing to do with the developments in the JDS-Congress coalition. Supreme Court to depute CBI and Delhi Police officials to curb corruption in its registry. Apex Court agrees to hear plea challenging Bombay High Court's decision to uphold the law providing reservation to the Maratha community. Parts of Gujarat, Mumbai and its suburbs receive heavy rain, normal life affected. And semi-final clashes of ICC Cricket World Cup begin tomorrow. India to play New Zealand in Manchester. And with that, we end the Midday News.